What is up, YouTube? It's your boy KB King Size here. Not with a locals video. Today, we're actually going to be talking to our top 16 place finisher, Bren. Bren, what's going on, my guy?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited. Did better than I was expecting with a new deck. So excited to see it perform pretty well.
Yeah. So, let's tell everybody like what happened. You got 13th place. In
Yeah,
the in I can't think of the name of the TO at the moment. Unsung, was it the Unsung Regional?
yeah.
13th place of the Unsung Regional. And what deck did you play?
So I played a Growlmon loop deck with a top end of the Cerberusmon and Minervamon package. A little bit of other stuff there too, but that was the general idea.
Okay, and we haven't really seen Minervamon in a hot minute, so I'm very excited to get into this deck. I'm ready whenever you are.
Yeah, for sure. I'll just get right into it. So the first part of the deck is pretty self-explanatory. The four of Digimon promo egg. Uh, this card's so good. You get to get your Growlmons back. You get to get your Growlmon X back. It's amazing, right? Like, you want to keep your combo going. When you loop, you hit a Growlmon or a Guilmon. You need a Growlmon to go into. You need the Growlmon X to go into for the second time, and then this just grabs whichever one you're missing, which is great.
Are those all winter foiled Gigimons?
I mean, you gotta have the winner for
Okay, hey, I'm just saying, hey,
it.
I gotta ask.
Yeah, no, I think I picked up my last couple winner foils from one of our local players, El Great Bambino. So it was great help helping me find them all.
Understood. All right, let's keep it going. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this deck.
Yeah, most of the rookies are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, the one of Rush Geo is limited to one. You'd probably run like two or three in the deck if it wasn't limited, but because it is, you have to run it at one. You've got a workhorse of the deck, the four of BT-21 Guillaumon. This card's insane. I know a lot of people are talking about limiting Growl X, and I don't think they're necessarily wrong, but I think this one is close to, if not just as big of a problem. The inherited to gain a memory on deletion is insanely strong. Less strong, but still fantastic is the trash a Guillemon or a Growlmon to draw two. It's insane.
Okay, okay.
The four of Guillemon X, this card's amazing. If you are missing your Growlmons or one of your Growlmons at the start, you very often you've got like in the back, you've got a Guillemon to start, and then you don't go here, you'll like training or mem boost to find your like a piece. And then when you raise up the next turn, you try and find your next piece with the Guillemon X if you're still missing something. The when you delete an opponent's Digimon gain a memory, it comes up a lot against a lot of decks that like to play low to the ground. Like even like Omnimon likes to play out their rookies a lot, so you punish them hard for leaving their rookies out, and you just gain memory for them playing the game. It
Okay.
also comes up with some cards that we'll see later as well. It works really well with those. And then lastly, we've got the BT-5 Guillemon. Uh, this card is probably the worst Guillemon in the deck, but it's still great.
Okay.
It's still you need a Guillemon that digivolves for zero on top of promo Gigimon, right? Like you need something there. And so the fact that it can do that is great. Uh, but then it's usually like you're not using the effect very often. Uh, it does come up though. The effect when it's deleted by an effect comes up a lot, and but it is like not as good as like BT-21, where it's like if it's deleted by anything in the inheritable, uh, you gain the memory. This is just by effects. It's still good. Sometimes it is better than any other Guillemon in the list, but on average, it's the worst Guillemon to see, especially at the opening hand time. Like if I play out BT-21 Geo, I'm usually trashing this Guillemon to draw two if I have it.
Understood. Understood.
That's our rookies. Going into our champions, we've got the 4 of BT-21 Growlmon and the 1 of limited Growlmon, the EX3. Uh, I mean, the limited Growlmon's still good. Like, it is worse than the BT-21 Growlmon, in my opinion. This one's just crazy good. Again, it has the same inheritable as the BT-21 Guilmon, which is on deletion gain of memory. It's insane. Uh, and but this one, it's another Growlmon. It's another like the name itself is fantastic, and the inheritable does come up. The self deletion is nice sometimes. Sometimes you've got a stack that just won't die, and you need it in trash, or you need its on deletions to happen. So this can be nice. It also has some really funny synergy with other cards in the deck that didn't come up during the tournament, but I'll talk about that in a little bit.
So, question real quick before we get to the next cards. So, with that, the now limited Groundmon, if it was not at its limited status, would you play a higher amount of this card? Or do you think it'd still just be sitting at the one?
I would consider running it at 2,
Okay,
but I would probably leave it at 1. I
gotcha.
think it's not like a 3 of, it's not a 4 of. It's like this again, this Growlmon is so good. The on deletion gain of memory, like I mean, everyone knows Growlix is there. I'm just gonna bring it out.
Right.
Uh like the gain of memory, like you're doing Guilmon, you're doing Growlmon, you're doing Growlix, right? Like that everyone knows. You got this guy, you're gonna grab back a card. You've probably found another Growlmon or another Growlix. You swing, it dies. You gain 2 memory, which plays out a rookie, and you grab back the one you're missing. And because you gain 2 memory, that's enough to go into another Growlmon, right? Like if the Guilmon and the Growlmon gaining that 2 memory, like is just the Growlmon dying, the Growlmon X dying is another free Growlmon X.
Understood. Okay, got it.
But yeah, Gromon X, everyone knows this card. It's cracked. I I don't know how much I agree with it being as cracked as everyone says. I think it is an extremely strong card. Uh, I could see it getting hit by a future ban list, but I don't know that it's like necessarily the problem card. I think it could be the problem card. I think if you hit it, it like makes the deck way worse. But uh, yeah, that's all I have to say. It's a good card.
Okay, okay.
Uh, the inheritable, it's Growlix. Everyone knows. You get the draw one, the trash one. The cycle's great.
Yeah,
Play
we
Guillomon's
definitely
great.
know what this card does.
Yeah. The inheritable doesn't come up that often. It does come up the when you delete your opponent's Digimon, gain a memory. Generally, you're deleting Digimon with Growlmon. You don't delete Digimon that often when you go up the line with this.
Mhm.
But it comes up. It happens. Sometimes you get a ton of memory if they just leave stuff on board.
Gotcha.
The next thing we have is the Cerberusmon package. The Cerberusmon at 4 and the Cerberusmon X. There's a little bit more to it, but I'm gonna start with these. Uh, these cards are great. The fact that Cerberusmon grabs back any Cerberusmon or Cerberusmon X is great. It's because like you're doing your draw one, trash one constantly. So you see a Cerberusmon X, you trash it every time because you don't need it in your hand because you know that when you need it when you go into Cerberusmon, and Cerberusmon is just going to grab it back from trash for you anyway. So like
Mhm.
it's just free fodder.
It's just facilitating its own combo.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, I've got the Cerberus X, I need to trash one, cool. Do that. Oh, I grab it back, and then I'm gonna Digivolve into it anyway. Uh, so like when you've got like the growl stuff, it dies, you play out, you gain the 2 memory, you go into another growl. For like a training, or actually if you have a mem boost and a scramble, you can then just like go into a Cerberusmon and like mem boost for 2, you gain 2. Cerberusmon is free at that point, not free, but you've spent the mem boost. And then you go into the Cerbex, and Cerbex plays any of your rookies, and then it gives anything rush. So a lot of the time you give it to the rookie, but a lot of time you give it to its own stack too, because if you are, doing your growl loop, you're swinging, it dies, you play a Guilmon that doesn't have rush,
Correct.
and then you go up the line to serve X, and you play out the Guilmon, and then serve X gives itself rush, and it's got the on deletion, so if it dies again, you get the effect. A really crazy thing you can do is if you have 20 cards in trash and you have Rush Guilmon, serve X will play out Rush Guilmon. Rush Guilmon will give itself rush, and serve X will give itself rush, because serve X can give it to anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just you just keep looping it. It's crazy. Yeah. There's a reason people are running the dog package in a lot of decks. I think there was another deck that topped that wasn't running the Guilmon package, but was running the dog package. It's just a good package, right? Like, there's some consideration to like run a similar deck list, but with like Doberman X instead, and like the protoforms, but just a different deck. Then really fun part is we've got the 2 of werewolf mode. This card has rush. It costs 9 memory, but on play, if you delete a Cerberusmon, you gain 9 memory. So it's free, right? You if you're going up a stack of like you get up to the Cerberusmon and you're missing the Cerbex. Sometimes even if you have the Cerbex, you're just like, I want my on deletions here to play another Guilmon and whatever. You just play the werewolf mode, delete the Cerberusmon, you get all your on deletions, and now you can swing with another rush body, which is great. It also facilitates another combo that I wasn't familiar with until recently, but apparently all the people who have been playing the game since, what was it, BT-10, are very familiar with, but we'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, that's all of our level 3s, 4s, and 5s. Next, we're going to go into our level 6s, our 2 of Minervamon. This card's insane. I don't know how more people aren't playing this card.
There was a point in time where this card was everywhere. So
yeah, but like it just works so well in the deck. So like generally speaking, you've got like this. The Cerberus X plays out a Guilmon. You play out this Guilmon sometimes, and you just digivolve into Minerva, and you say, cool. I swing, I delete this Guilmon to unsuspend it, and this Guilmon gains me a memory. So like this Guilmon does sometimes come up for like that scenario specifically where you want to swing and unsuspend and gain the memory back. And then if it dies in security, if your opponent has 2 or less Digimon, you just play out any level 5. So you play Cerberusmon, which grabs back the Cerberus X, which gives you another rush body, and you can just loop that.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Minervamon's also great. I don't think it really came up during this tournament very much, but if you're going against like decks that like to play very wide, like eaters or puppets or things like that, Minervamon has an effect that when your opponent plays a Digimon, you can play a level 4 or lower from your trash. So like you don't have necessarily a lot of great ways to deal with their wide board, but you just get more swings. You say you go wide, I'm gonna go wider. It's like you just do it.
So when Kaguyamon's like, hey, end the turn, you're like, oh, my turn too.
Yeah, exactly. You get to play a Shushumon, which plays a token. Cool, I get to play 2 Digimon too. Like
wild.
It's great. And like it is tough into puppets, which I thankfully didn't have to face during this tournament, but I did have to face at locals with this. If they can establish Kaguya super fast, then it's kind of difficult. But if you can establish Minerva before they can establish the Kaguya, it's actually can be okay a matchup. And then for our last level 6, I'm going to leave Minerva out because there's going to be some shenanigans that I'm sure some people are already kind of seeing where we're going with this. But for our last real level 6, we've got Leviathan. It's only at 2 for me. I actually, when I was first building the list, I didn't run Leviathan. I think that it's like generally a worse level 6 to go into because Minerva just kind of keeps going. But it's not that much worse. And also sometimes you just need it. Like I think if I have both in hand, like 60% of the time I'm going into Minervamon. But you know, that other 40% of the time, that's a lot of the time. So like you gotta clear their board so they can't like hit you with an ace or something. Like I played an Omnimon player, they left 2 level 6s on board and no miraculous. So I was just like, okay, Leviamon. And Leviamon also just works extremely well with the Growl X, with the Guillaumon X, because Leviamon gains memory when it deletes stuff, but so do the Growl X and the Guillaumon. So you just gain all, like you Digiball for 5, but if they have 2 Digimon, you gain 4 back. If you scramble into Leviamon, it's a free Evo.
You're
And then,
pushing
you
back to
know,
your turn to keep doing more shenanigans with this deck.
more shenanigans. You know, you've got Leviamon, you say, well, okay, I've got like the Surbax underneath of it, and you played out a Digimon with the Surbax, so you swing 2 checks, you delete your Digimon, you unsuspend, you swing 2 more checks. Extremely good, right? Like that, you've basically cleared their security at that point. Uh, yeah, Leviamon's a good card. I think everyone knew. I don't think this is a surprise to anyone.
Right.
Uh,
It's not news.
yeah. I didn't want to run Leviamon originally. I was like, I want to try and find something that works because like Cerberusmon can grab back any shaman or dark animal. So like Cerberusmon can grab back Minervamon, which is great. Some other cards I considered running were Anubismon and also Dianamon. But I think
Oh, she
Leviamon
is
is
a
your best
shaman,
bet
man.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those could be grabbed back from Cerberus, so it has a little bit more like it works with the deck a little bit because of that. But then you lose out on like actually deleting stuff. Also, like she doesn't like it's not good enough removal. Like it's good removal, but it's fine. Like uh now for the fun stuff. The 2 of Revive from Darkness.
Okay.
Uh This card is insane. This if you have a Minervamon out, and you have Revive from Darkness in hand, and you have let's say you have Werewolf mode in trash and Cerberusmon underneath, which is not uncommon. So you swung, you unsuspended, you swing, like that's like a very common play pattern. Uh, and then it didn't die, and you're like, oh man, it didn't die, but actually that's what I wanted all along because you use Revive from Darkness, which let's say you're at 0. You spend 4 for that. Revive deletes a Digimon, so you delete Minervamon to play out anything from trash that's a level 5. So you play out Cerberusmon. You don't get the on play. But then Minerva on deletion plays out a level 5, which does get the on play. You play out Werewolf mode, which deletes the Cerberusmon
You get the
and
memory
gains you
back.
9 memory. Not just the memory back, you get extra memory and a rush body. It's insane. I think also, like, you swing, it lives. You can also just go into another Surbax on top of Werewolf mode, like, which could play out Rush Geo. It's, you just keep going. If you have another Minervamon, you go into another Minervamon and you do it again if you have both, revives in hand. You just keep looping it. You just keep gaining memory. It's insane. Yeah. I sometimes use Revive in other ways. Like sometimes I would just use Revive to play out a Cerberusmon. Like if I had enough memory, I would just play out the Cerberusmon and delete something to like maybe play out a Guillaumon because they have the Growlix effect. And then like I'd have I don't get the on play to grab the Cerbex back from trash, but I'll just have the Cerbex in hand and play out another Rush Body. Great. Uh let's see what else. Some cards that need no explanation. Gravity Crush. It's the one of
Yep.
if it wasn't restricted to 1, it would be at like a higher number. I do think like part of like why this deck was played less before was because Gravity Crush was at a higher number, so it made those other Guillaumon engine decks better.
Understood.
But now that it's at 1, it's like okay, Now you got to find a few new ways to play around it. Jack Raid at 1, it's the card. It's so good. Calling the self deletion. It's besides the revive from darkness. It's the only self deletion option in the deck, which comes up. And also you just grab cards back from trash. It's great. It's a great card. There's a reason it's at 1.
The three
You kind
one
of just
ups.
gotta run them. The 3 one of options, the 2 one of Digimon. It's the 5 one of deck. If I was running Anubismon, it'd be 6. It's crazy that there's so many one ofs in this deck that because of the restrictions. You could run Anubis, but it's just like here we go. Some more good cards. Trainings, Memboost, 4 trainings, 2 Memboost. The one thing I think I would consider changing is increase the number of Memboosts in the deck. I don't know what I would replace with yet, but some of your best opening turns, like this deck actually sometimes, like a lot of the time wants to go second because you want to like Guillemon in back and like training and Memboost and then just like clear when it's your turn.
Okay.
But if you don't see your Guillemon, if you don't see your training, if you don't see your Memboost, you don't get to do that. And so bringing this up to 3, bringing this up to 4 would allow for more of those like super hard hitting turns more consistently.
Understood. So you're essentially your setup turns, um, before you kind of just pop off like turn 2, turn 3. You kind of really want to see
Yeah.
those boosts in the trainings really quick.
Yeah. Also, like if you go second, right? If you go second, they might like try and chip you with a rookie, and a training comes out of security, right? And then sometimes, like it's not completely crazy to just win on your second turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you set up with like 2 trainings on your first turn, and then they promote and they swing and they hit a mem boost in security, you might just win, like, which is insane. Sometimes you do even 3 trainings if they put you to 4, right? Or 2 trainings and a mem boost, right? And then they hit another thing in security, which is not. Sometimes they'll play a memory tamer, like a memory setter, and so you'll be at 4. The next card that's going on the ban list, Nidhoggmon. Why is this card not restricted? Why is like Hammer Spark is restricted and this card isn't? Is kind of
Every
crazy to
collection is
me.
restricted. This is not restricted.
This is not restricted. What the heck? Like this is at 3. You're drawing one, trashing one with the Growl X and with the Cerberus X. So you get it every time. You're just like trash one, gain a memory. So it's memory in hand. It's insane that it's not restricted, and it is part of what makes the deck so explosive, so strong. Insane. And then to close us out, just more memory in hand. 3 scrambles. It's memory in hand, but also like it helps you play around like medieval, right? Like if you play out a Digimon at the start of your turn, you be like, are you gonna deal with it? Or are you not gonna deal with it? If you don't deal with it, I'm gonna do whatever.
Right.
What you can even do is if you have 2 scrambles set up, you play out the Rush Geo, it gains Rush, and then you say, are you gonna deal with it? Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Second scramble, I'm gonna play it back out.
Yeah.
And what are they gonna do? What's crazy with Scramble too is it's memory in hand, so you gain memory, or it's 1 less memory. Also, you can bring Nidhogg back, or whatever piece you're missing, but you can just bring Nidhogg back, so it's more memory the next turn, right? Calling also can bring Nidhogg back, of course, right? So, like Nidhogg's maybe like a little more setup than Hammer Spark, because Hammer Spark you can just do, but like you can more easily just recur Nidhoggmon. You can just keep doing it.
Right.
Like I effectively have 8 Nidhoggmons in the deck, even though I only have 3, right?
For how this deck cycles, like Nidhogg is very doable.
Yeah. like you'll like your opponent will see you mill the Nidhoggmon and feel like they're safe, and then you're like, hey, I've got another one, and then I'm gonna go grab back some and do it again, and it's insane. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much the deck. It's it's I was surprised to see like I built this deck for fun because I was like I've been wanting to build a Cerberusmon loop deck, and then as I was playtesting it, I was like, wait, this is actually insane. It's actually great. So I decided to see how it would do at the regional. Ended up losing to two Machine Dramon players. They were actually our first place and second place at the regional, so I can't feel too bad about losing to them. Great players. One of them was running, I think it was version 2. It was some kind of DM base,
Hmm.
uh, which I was very surprised to see. And then the other one was like a more like pure like level 5 pile with purple bottom end machine deck.
Okay. Yeah. That okay. That makes a lot of sense for at least where machine is now. That makes a lot of sense. And actually, because you already started bringing up, I do want to kind of go over your matchups from yesterday. We
Yeah,
were kind
yeah,
of
for
following
sure.
along throughout the day. But you did send me actually what all of your matchups were. So let's talk about your game one. Let's see how did game one go for
Oh,
you?
game one, it could not have gone better. Actually, I guess it could have gone a little better. But my opponent, they forgot they signed up for the regional until like last minute, and they were on a trip in Europe, so they jumped in the call. They said, "Hey, can you just report the win? You got it." And so free win. We take those.
Hey, we take a free
Uh,
win in a 9 hour day. We'll take a free win.
I mean, like this, like it's a 9 hour day. Also, this deck is exhausting to play. It's a combo deck, so it's
Right.
like the less work I have to do, that's great. Like I was exhausted after like round like 6, and that was with the free win. So
And
we
then
take those.
game two we played against uh what you labeled Chad Force.
Yes, I some of our local players call it Chad Force. It is like the Genkumon. Some other people call it Genkumon Turtle. Uh, Thankfully we've got some local players who play that deck, and I had a lot of practice against them. The deck is pretty good. I think it's a good matchup for me. Being able to just kill the rookies like constantly with the Growlmons is great. You're just faster. They need to find Genkumon. They need to find Genku X. They need to find the Ace. And they also need to establish a board that is immune. Which if you're just killing their board before they're immune, then they just can't set up, right?
Mhm. There's
Uh,
no immunity.
Yeah, there's no immunity yet, and so there is like some like things to consider with that deck. Like they have like the Gotsumon in their deck, which is like can't play Digimon by effects. And something that I think I misplayed once, but I worked around it was I Digivolved into Growlmon in the back in raising. And if you just leave it at the level 3 and you push up and you Digivolve into Growlmon, uh, you can just kill it and then start looping. But that's a little bit harder. They were also running Shamanmon, which was also like I want it dead so I can gain the memory.
Mhm.
But I need to loop at least the first time, and I lose that first 2 memory, which is a lot to lose. Uh, but overall, worked out. One of the games they went into the Genku X, and I just said, "Okay, I'm just gonna set up more and hope that you can't do anything to me." And I did that, and then they couldn't do anything to me, and then the next turn I just won because like they're not immune the next turn. They didn't have another Genku X, or if they did, they didn't have another Genku or Jesmon GX. So yeah,
Gotcha. Game three you said was against Purple Hybrid, which like this was actually your game three and your game five were both Purple Hybrid games.
yeah. Purple Hybrid is interesting of a matchup. I think all of the Purple Hybrid games were close, but I was never concerned about losing either of those games. Like I always just had it. Like I always would just be like, okay, and then I kill your Ukomon because you let it live. I know one of the times I knew they were running Nidhoggmon and they had the Cupimon, so I was at one. I was like, I'm gonna kill the Ukomon. If they trash the Nidhoggmon, they're gonna take turn. But I knew they couldn't do anything with one memory, and
Mhm.
so I just was like, okay, cool, deal with it. Uh, and they did trash the Nidhoggmon, which worked out great for me. The one turn they gave me like four memory by going into superior mode, and they cleared my last security with that four memory. But then they gave me four memory, and I had like a training or a mem boost or something, and the like you can't do that against this deck. I'm just going to OTK you like if I have the cards, and I did. So uh, it was funny. I think the purple hybrid player before I played them, one of them was like, "Yeah, my last opponent said that my deck is like I forget what they said. It was like disgusting or evil or something like that." I was like, "Cool, let's see." And I was like, "Oh, it's purple hybrid. I think I win this matchup." So it worked out.
um, let's see. Game four. This is your game four being against Omni is so funny. For people who don't know, Bren is a very like Bren's the deck I've seen Bren play more than anything else is Omnimon. So Bren going up against an Omni is very just it feels just free. It feels so free to me.
Yeah, I know everything that the deck is gonna do. I've been playing Omnimon like in a ton, but even before the new stuff came out. Honestly, I played it more before the new stuff came out. Now everyone's playing Omnimon, and I'm a little sick of everyone playing my deck. Uh, but I and I'm also like, hey, it's a good deck. Like I'm not gonna say it's a bad deck, but like everyone's like it's completely overpowered, and I'm like, nah, it's like right at the right power level. There's so much counterplay, and so it feels great playing a deck against Omnimon and being like, see, that's the thing. You just kill their rookies, and you tell them that they can't set up. And that was basically how the game went. You just keep killing the rookies. They don't set up. Uh, they don't have enough time because you're just gonna win faster. One time they left two level sixes on board, and I went into Leviamon. Actually, my Omnimon player that I played against said that they knew the Minerva like deck because they built a Minerva deck. And when I went into Leviamon, they were surprised because they were like, "Oh, I guess you can run the Leviamon in the deck." But yeah, that it just like I cleared their level sixes where they were definitely threatening an ace, uh, and just basically swung for game at that point.
Insane. We'll get into your last two games. We'll get into your game six and seven because you already told us what your last two rounds were. Game six, it's a Mastermon. Love to see Mastermon at a position like this. Um, in a
Yeah.
tournament, especially. I mean, where Mastermon is, it's not in a bad position, but it's definitely not a lot of representation for it.
I think people are sleeping on Mastamon. Mastamon, besides the two matches I lost to Machine, Mastamon was my hardest like deck that I played against the whole tournament. Uh, they're just insanely fast right now. If they see the nuts, they win, right? Like uh a card that I was sleeping on was BT-22 Repamon is insane. Not just in Mastermon, any vaccine engine trying to run the BT-22 Repamon is crazy because you run the Patamon that like Digivolves into Repamon, and then you put a Repamon back in security. Repamon trashes it from security, which plays it out, so you get another level 4 for your trouble. Uh, so Patamon gains you a memory and gets you two level 4s.
Wow.
Repamon's busted. Uh, I think we're gonna see a lot more of that coming out, like of people like realizing that vaccine engine with Repamon is really good. I don't know about the rest of the Repa line, but at the very least, the Repamon's gonna be great. But yeah, I don't think the Mastodon player didn't DNA against me one time in our whole thing, but the promo Mastodon's just so good, and they like, uh, yeah, they just did the thing. In our final game, because we went to game three, which we ended with 13 minutes left on the clock, which is crazy how we went that fast. Uh, they had a Lady Devi on board, and I was just like, well, if you have the ace, you win. So I just like I swung. They didn't have the ace, and yeah, that's all she wrote. That's the end of it.
Wow. Wow, like I mean, the threat of the ace without the aces is I mean it's definitely a
Yeah.
play.
Well, I didn't have the answer. I was like, well, if you have the ace, you win, but also I can't stop you from acing me. I can't get rid of the Lady Debbie, so I just have to go for it. So and it
Got
worked
you.
out.
And like our last matchup we're gonna go over is gonna be your game seven, which is against Royal Knights.
Yeah, Royal Knights. I think the Royal Knights matchup is kind of free. Uh, there's definitely stuff they can do like that makes it difficult, but they like to spend a lot of memory. They like to set up, and you can't set up. You can't just spend a ton of time setting up against this deck because I'll just keep playing more trainings, keep playing more members, keep setting up my trash. Uh, the one thing they can do is like hit me with a medieval, which every Roll Knights deck is running, right? Uh, and but scramble kind of counters medieval, and the fact that I can gain rush mid turn, like they put me to 6 one turn, and I had like a couple trainings and memboosts. But they cleared my board with the medieval, so I was just like, cool. Uh, use the medieval effect because I scramble out a Guilmon and they deleted it, and I say, cool, I play another one for my hand, and go to 3, and then I just go up the line and I just do that and I OTK, right? Uh, yeah, and I was tempted to like be like, okay, I'm at 6 memory. Maybe I set up a little bit and like try and win on like a future turn. But in my mind, I'm like, they're not gonna give me 6 memory again. Like, so I have to just go for it this turn and hope for the best. Uh, yeah, the deck is like there's such a big combo that like it's hard to plan far enough in advance to like say like I definitely know that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can never just say I have it and go for it. You just got to be like, okay, let's go for it, see what happens, and usually it works out. But it's like it's kind of you got to get a feel for like when can you go for it and when can you not because you can't spend that much time just thinking about like do you have it because you'll just go to time every game. Like you're already spending so much time doing the combo that even if you're not slow playing, you're still like have the potential to go to time.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Understood. Um, so last thing
Oh
really
yeah.
is
Also,
what's up?
oh yeah, I was just gonna say, Minerva Mon swings into security against Royal Knights. She dies every time, which is what you want. Like a lot of the, like if you don't have the revive from darkness, Minerva Mon dying is almost exactly what you want. Uh, Also, real quick, one other funny thing is I was playing against the purple hybrid. One of them was running what's the Ravemon tamer?
Uh,
Uh,
I know. Jesus, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
But it's like it's basically when I play Digimon by effect, they gain a memory,
The
right?
Keenan.
And that's
Yeah.
once, yeah, Keenan. So they were running Keenan, and that was annoying, like to lose that memory, especially like early on in the combo, because like the early memory of the combo is worth so much more, because like the later you get in the combo, the more you're just printing memory. But that Keenan was really annoying, especially like I was scared to not trash an option in my hand because I didn't want them to get a draw and like draw into the piece that they need.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Kind of love this deck, man.
oh,
Um,
it's so good. It's
but yeah. Last thing, Bren, do you have any shout outs for anybody at the end of the video? Anybody you want to say thank you to or anything like that?
yeah, I've got a couple shout outs. Got a shout out to whoever I played on DCGO who played this deck. Like I made a lot of changes to the deck since I played them, but they gave me the starting point for the deck, so I got a shout out to whoever that person is. Uh, I got a shout outs to Azure Flamekite, one of our local players. He played the Gankumon list, helped me like get some practice in paper for this deck, which was super helpful. I got a shout outs to everyone at locals. I took this deck to locals for like 3 or 4 locals, and got a lot of practice in that way. And I also gotta give a shout outs to our boy Digibo. He gave me an extra like these Pokemon counters, the poison and the fire counter. I was using these to keep track of, do I have the on deletion to play a Guilmon for the poison, and do I have Rush for the fire counter? And I had three before that, but he gave me the fourth ones just in case I need them, so I appreciate you. But yeah, I mean, appreciate everyone at locals. It's been, couldn't do it without y'all.
Beautiful, beautiful. We love a good local community, and we definitely have a great one.
Also, yeah, shout outs to the TO, fantastic TO, handled the event super well. Shout outs to our judges and head judges at the event, handled it super well. I think it was Corby was our head judge, and that was their first time head judging. They did a great job. Uh, but yeah, overall great event.
Oh hell yeah! Love to hear some love for the judges of the TO. We never, you never hear that from anybody. But yeah, shout out to the judges in the TO, especially our, I mean, head judge. I mean, if you're first time head judging, especially something like this,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no, they did a great job. I heard it was their first time. I was excited, and then they knocked it out of the park. Like, did everything right.
beautiful, beautiful. Well, Brian, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for running down this deck list for me and running down your matchups. It's good to see it's good to see good purple stuff do some good stuff right now. Especially going into our next format from the time of recording this video in 2 weeks. We're heading into our next format. 11 days.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see Purple doing stuff. I'm a, you know, I think like at my heart, I'm a Purple player and like maybe a DNA player. Like I play a lot of Omnimon. I play a lot of Purple. The first deck I did well with was a Purple deck, which was Belphamon. So I'm always excited to see new Purple decks that I can play and like have a good time with. You know.
Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, thank you so much for doing this for me today, and thank you guys for watching. Again, it's been me, Board KP King Size, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
So yeah.